right, welcome everybody. Sorry we missed last week, but we are back. I have Mr. Rob with us and Mr. Mark with us. How's it going, guys?
Good, Sam. How are you?
I'm doing well.
It's good.
Going well, Mark?
Wonderful, Sam.
Excellent.
Wonderful,
excellent.
Sam.
Yeah, I missed you guys last week. Had a lot to talk about, I think this week we're gonna do something special. Mid-season recap, right, Rob?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. We won't go break down every single matchups like we usually do every week. We'll just go over standings here. Where do you want to start off at, Rob?
I want to start by finding my cigarettes. I threw the wrong pack away. There we go. Life's good now. Well, I don't know. Let's fire up. Let's take a look at Conference 1. We're halfway through the season, so this week let's look at kind of give a quick rundown of each team, where they're at, what they need, where they're going, and, look at maybe kind of see a stud and a putt on each team. We'll throw one out there, okay?
Yep. Let's talk about Conference 1, Division A, Lodi Burger, standing 5-2. With a okay impressive score at 986.
Yeah, nobody cares about last week's score, Sam's.
Oh no, this is total score. This is total score, 986.
Well, let's just put it this way. I know that Michael has always aspired to beat me, and he's repeating my 2013 season by just making every single correct move this year. Let's see if we can do it for 7 more weeks. Looking good, man.
Yeah.
Teams, it's hard to believe that he stays up there, but, dude, wins are wins, bro. So good for Michael, man. I always root for Michael, dude. He's a good guy, so I know he'd love to win one. He's off to a good start, and good for him, man.
Yep. I was worried, we won't talk about this, but I just wanted to say real quick, I was worried about my matchup with him this past week, but I came through, and he just laid an egg for me, so... I'm glad.
Well, that was significant, dude, because I'm going 3 games down if he wins, and so that kind of helps things tighten up a little bit there. But
you're welcome.
It wasn't much of a game, Sam, but he had a worse one.
Let's go to our favorite, Flink Floyd. There, sitting at 3-4 mid-season. What do you think about that, Mark? He's a good friend of yours.
Yeah, Scott, arch enemy. I think he has a shot. I mean, mathematically, everybody's still alive. He has a pretty strong team, but I also think that he's kind of, in the same position that I am in regard to some of his, Breeze is killing fantasy owners everywhere right now. Jay Cutler, it was a very lackluster performance against the Finns, and even with Varane dishing 35, which just came the freak out of nowhere. I think Scott has a good team. I think he has a good shot. He put up 156 points. It's a solid score. Yeah, and he works the waiver wire. He grabs some new, and I think he'll be around. I think he'll be around. I think that he'll make some hopefully some more good moves and. Put a little bit more money in the pot.
Mark, I'm gonna differ with you here. Scott can kiss my ass. Let's just be real. The running backs are crap. Okay, Jay Cutler, you never know what you're getting from week to week. He just turns into the pumpkin head once again last week. The running wide receivers, they're all right. All this being said, he's probably got a better team than me, slightly. Cincinnati, New England. Hey, guys, what the hell's gone on with Cincinnati, dude? Where did they go, man? The last 3 weeks?
Yeah, after losing to New England, right? Whatever happened. Wow.
Yeah, but really, Des Bryant, man, hasn't really performed yet this year. He's not been the ace you're looking for. If I was looking at a stud on his team, the closest he's got to a stud is a couple slots over Gang Green, sitting over there. But that's about it, man. Drew Brees, I guess. They'll probably win that division. So. Let's go on to the next one, Sam.
Yeah, speaking of Gang Green, let's talk about you. You're at Division A there.
What a fantastic segue, Sam.
Yeah. You put up some good numbers this past week, but all for naught, right?
Yeah, all for now, whatever. It helps me stay up in there.
Oh, yeah,
and I get a great showdown with Straight LA coming up, who we'll talk about in a minute. And we all bow down to Straight LA every week, as we know. I don't know. If I'm looking for a stud on this team, I would say it is Peyton Manning. After that, T.Y. Hilton has started to come into play very nicely. However, for putts on my team, I can find any number of them. San Francisco, I have only started once this year. Eddie Lacy had that one good game. I have two non-functional running backs at this time. But the strength of my team was built around drafting running backs. Each week I have a choice of one extra wide receiver, and each week I choose each wide receiver wrong. Therefore, Deshaun Jackson, who scored 3 weeks with over 100 yards and a touchdown, managed 40 points last week or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So, Dan Green is going to continue to be a middling mess for the rest of the year. But if people continue to let me hang around, I will gladly take it. You got anything to add to that, Mark?
No, you pretty much summed it up, Rob. Yeah, that's exactly a person I was thinking too. Deshaun Jackson, I was just like, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Yeah, plenty of receivers that get yards too. I mean, the Michael Floyd, that was actually it was a steal. I got him as well. It's a steal. The Sanders, still not really sure about what his contribution is besides.
Oh, he scored a touchdown last week though.
Well, yeah, I started him. He scored last week, but I mean, yeah, week to week. So we'll see. But I mean, Buffalo gave you a nice 20 points.
Well, that was pretty good when that was the last second touchdown, though, man. I mean, well, Christ, what was I going to do? Run San Fran out against Denver? I mean, come on, dude. That's not a real bright pick, So, hey, do you have Deshaun Jackson too?
I do.
No. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, how about Keenan? You loving Keenan right now?
No, Keenan, I think is going to get the fuck up out of here, man. I don't have space. I don't have space.
He leads the team in targets, though. I mean, for whatever that's worth. How many points do we have for targets? You guys have to remind me.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, they look like good matchups, too, man. He's going against Kansas City last week and the Raiders the week before. These combined for like 6 points in 2 games, man. I can get that out of a kicker. So.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Rob.
Anything nice?
Yeah, I mean, Rob's score keeps going up every week, so I mean, I am almost thinking Rob is somebody to be worried about here pretty soon.
Well, I'd be worried about me just by the simple fact you let me hang around this long. I mean, Jesus Christ, I can't kill you a quarterback, and and if I get those running backs, I mean, the only reason my team went down last week is, like I said, Cincinnati. What the hell? Joe Bernard just disappears in that game, as did the whole Cincinnati offense. But this is hardly my best team, but I will compete. So let me hang. Yeah, I'll be glad to go in there and lose in the first round of the playoffs to straight LA.
and compete you are doing. Let's go on over to Nasty Habits. 2-5 so far. Oh man.
Well, Mark, where do you want to begin with the putts on this team, dude? I'll let you take this one. Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson needs to, just leave him overseas where leave him there. Fitz hasn't been Fitz since Carson Palmer was with Ocho Cinco. Roddy White actually had a solid game this week. That was surprising.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
I had no idea. They must have silver-sifted him up and sent him out there.
Reggie Wayne's out for a couple weeks now, too.
Yes, Reggie Wayne is out. That's shoulder or elbow or something.
I don't know. There goes 4 points a week, though.
Old age.
Yeah. So, I mean, he has a lot of ability to do. Not to mention, look, he has his 2 of his running backs. I don't even think they're starting. Well, they're not starting anymore. And then Morris is killing me as well. So I don't know. He has is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Is it probable? I don't know. I think he could probably definitely strengthen some of his weaknesses via the waiver wire. And being at that record, I mean, he's going to get first dibs at it, right?
I think actually he's in.
He and Savs actually are tied with the same score too.
Oh wow!
So one of them will get it. But I mean, you can start picking up some guys. I mean, try to change it around. It's not over, so it's over.
No, he needs to keep paying into it. I think all we really need to say about his team is he scored 117, and that was his best performance in like 4 weeks last week. So, that's, hey, let's all remember the theory of mixing a quarterback and a wide receiver from the same team, number one pick. It's a hard lesson learned. So that's that. So Bodie Burger's looking good. Gang Green and Flink Floyd might hang around there a little bit, make it interesting. And Nasty brother, we love you, man. It's happening, man.
Hang in there. Just hang in there, man. Just hang in there, Angel.
Hang in there.
Let's go to Division B, and then let's talk about straight LA 49ers here.
I'm going to turn this over exclusively to Mark Rivas because I have to play David next week. All I have is wonderful superlatives to say about him, though.
I can't really. I mean, he has a squad. I mean, as far as like. I think just Demarius is probably overkill at this point because it seems like everybody else is putting up numbers week to week, and his wide receivers are obviously carrying him. I think the surprise pickup though that Hillman pickup, because he's just been looking for running back or somebody solid. I mean, this is a pass-driven offense, but I mean, as far as garbage time goes, Hillman's your cleanup guy. And as far as Ellington, Tate, Ellington, an okay performance against the Raiders. People expect more. Tate, solid. I think he has a solid team. I think that if there's anybody that's going to give him a run for his money, though, down the stretch, it'll be Golden State. I see Golden State has plenty of talent, spread through, and I think that it'll come down to these two probably duking it out there for first place in that division. The other thing. Yeah.
That's taken away from my wild card chance, though, Mark.
Well. I apologize there, Robbie, but...
Well, yeah, they're both better squads than mine, man. Every year. I wouldn't be able to get 15 guys to play with me if I won every year. Hey, if I was to put one negative on David's team, look, he's going to the playoffs. Those receivers will march it up. And as a guy that's had teams built around wide receivers before, it can be very difficult to go weeks 15, 16, and 17 and actually win a championship with teams built around wide receivers, simply because, I mean, you really got – Demaryius Thomas is just absolutely killing it right now, and you just got to worry about him and Nelson getting those divisions wrapped up and being, not big performers in week 16, 17. That's really not – and that's not a knock on his team, Jesus, get to the tournament and see how it falls, right?
Right.
But
you're referring to the
he's on his way.
Is that the 2006 Harrison rule, Marvin Harrison rule?
Oh, you know it, man.
They arrested him. Yeah. So,
you got to pull off the scrap heap and
pretty
running backs come in handy then.
And Rob, you always talk about teams playing outdoor in the near the cold weather there too. Do you think that might play into with Demaryius Thomas?
Not with those two offenses, man. I mean, I know Peyton Manning struggles a little bit in the cold. It seems like Aaron Rodgers, I mean, they're going to have those games, but those two teams don't care where they play. I mean, they're going to pass the ball regardless. Check Eddie Lacy's stats, okay? That'll tell you. And all you need to know, Hillman, he's only going to be a 2-week fix, but he'll take a running back for 2 weeks, right? Ellington's been reasonably consistent for a guy like that. I mean, he's getting more out of Ellington than I'm getting out of Lacy, and I took Lacy second, okay? So let's just put it in perspective there. It's not a bad pick. He's got a good team. Good for David, man. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, and he starts the right players, too, at the right time. I mean, Jeez.
Hell, it ain't too hard when they're all kicking ass, man.
True. I mean, Golden Tate, if he would have started Golden Tate, I mean, geez.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too.
How much time do you think he spends a weekend thinking, should I start Demaryius Thomas and Jordy Nelson? I don't know. I'm just most curious as how the hell we let him put that receiving core together, man. I don't remember really occurring in the draft that way. And all of a sudden you kind of look up and you go, what the hell did he just put together wide receiver there?
Yeah, he went receivers like for 4 rounds straight, I think, and then I think he said he got Andrew Luck in the 5th.
Yeah, and then he goes Luck and Phillip Rivers. I mean, Jesus, I mean that's a team right there. Forget the running backs there. It's just it's like I said, championship time. It might be a little tricky, but we'll see how it plays out, man. Who you got next?
Let's go to like Mark said, Golden State heavyweight. Mark thinks Golden State will be competing with straight LA from this division.
He's like the anti-straight LA, though. He doesn't have much of the wide receiver position, but, Dave, he's got good balance out there is what he's got, really, right? I mean, it's Rodgers, Forte, Foster, Cobb, and, you can throw in another guy here or there. And it's a good team.
Yeah, it's a solid team, and I do expect that he'll be putting up probably even bigger numbers coming soon. Forte and Foster, I mean, that's a 1-2 combo right there made in heaven. He still has Ridley on this. I don't think he has Ridley anymore. Cobb, Watkins, yeah, I mean, Dave has a solid squad.
Yeah, good for Dave, I mean, he actually played the waiver wire a couple of weeks ago just out of desperation, I think. He got hurt, but, I mean, we'll see. He doesn't have much experience playing the waiver wire, and that does seem to come into play as we go later in the year, too. But, it's only been available to him for all 7 years. I think he's used it twice, so. Yeah. But, man, good team, Rodgers has come on, dude. Forte, I don't know. I like his team, man. You can't argue with, he's one of 2 teams over 1,000 points, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, he's one of 5 teams over 1,000. Okay, well, there's 5 teams over 1,000. I'm over the 800 mark. But I started the season with like 80 back-to-back, so shut up.
Yeah, you did. That's why I keep saying, every week your score is getting, getting much better, I guess. But great. All right, let's move on to Miami Sharks. Sitting at 2-5.
Well, unlike his brother, everything he touches is turned into shit this year, dude. And I seriously got a question. What the hell is he doing at quarterback at this point? I mean, he's dropped more talent and points at quarterback, and he's sitting there riding Kirk Cousins out. He played a half last week. Dude, you just don't drop Romo and Brady, man. Come on.
I played the Sharks this week.
Tough game for you, huh, Mark?
Yeah, it's tough. A win is a win. I'll take it. I'm not proud, hell. But
he scored 65, Mark.
Well, he didn't going into Monday night. He didn't even have 65. I mean, 23 was pretty. I mean, I was like, damn, dude, he's having a bad weekend. I mean, he's gonna take all that out on his girlfriend because this shit here is just like, dude, seriously. Yeah. So before Monday night game, I was looking at the score like, dang. I mean, shit. That's bad. That'll be $5.
He was struggling to push 50 there for quite a while, man.
Yeah, he just had a tough week. It was a really tough week. He's solid at running back. I mean, between LaShawn and Le'Veon, they're solid. His receivers are a little, I don't know, they're up and down and all over the place. You can't really get a lock on there. They haven't been consistent at all this year. So, and that's what it's. And then Seattle is no longer Seattle. I don't know what Seattle is, but they're no longer as hungry as they were, and they're playing like crap.
Well, they are, but Mark, I do have to take objection with. If I'm looking at a putt on this team, seriously, we're halfway through the season, and number 1 draft pick on one side. How's LaShawn paying out? I mean, it's killing teams, dude. He's just not done anything this year. I mean, Darren Sproles has bigger fantasy numbers than LaShawn does.
Yeah, Welker has been a bum. Mike Wallace is up and down. Yeah, it's dude, your team would have rocked a couple years ago.
I can't. What do you guys think? You think McCoy's coming back, or is he going to have a good second half? I know he's got a lot of interdivision games there, but I can't believe just how bad he's been to this point.
Yeah, I can't believe it either. I think he'll have better games. I think that it'll be like this for him for the rest of the year, though. Yeah, I
don't know. Let's just look at a couple teams here. So Luck and Rivers are straight LA. Gangrene's got Manning and Romo. Flink Poyd's got Breeze and Cutler, and Cody's got Newton and Cousins. Yeah. So and on to the staff, huh?
You better drop Cousins to get Colt McCoy. Since Colt McCoy starting,
Who's fourth string on that team, man? Maybe he's playing the second half next week.
Yeah, and Julio Jones was I assume was his second round pick. You know, he's not.
Dude, that Atlanta team's so easy to figure out, though. I mean, dude, Matt Ryan's going to guard. You look at that team; they don't have anything but Matt Ryan and Julio Jones.
Exactly.
That means offensive line, anything, man. You can take Julio out of the game. Don't. I mean, they don't even have a tight end. I mean, they're horrible. So that's the problem with Julio. That guy's a talent, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, who the hell's you got to cover? 45-year-old Roddy White? Come on, man. So anyway, Savs.
Yep. Let's go on to Savs here to close out this division.
Savage. I think the Savages are becoming more and more civilized. I don't see them really posing a threat at this particular time. I mean, they put up a solid number last week, and they have been very, very faithful in regard to the waiver wire. But it's just not working out for them. And they'll have better weeks, and there's always playing spoiler. So,
well, the Savs team is like this, man. He's got Jamal Charles, and the whole rest of the team are a bunch of number threes, and that's not necessarily a good thing. You know, I mean, Sankey, Oliver, Bradshaw. Bradshaw looks all right this year, but, I mean, Jimmy Graham's just not Jimmy Graham. We'll let you talk about him later, Mark, but it's, it's just not there, man.
I mean, it's pretty simple. It's like this. If they don't have a jersey, there's probably a good chance you don't want to start them. I mean, if they don't sell their jersey, there's a good chance they're not going to be very productive. But yeah, I could be wrong, and obviously my football knowledge has got me to a whopping 3-4. So on a lighter note, maybe Savs does turn it around. Who knows?
So what three teams are going from this division, guys?
Straight LA, Lodi, and Golden State heavyweights.
I'll have to agree with Mark. Those are the three.
Okay, I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna say Gang Green's got the heart of a champion. Both kiss my ass. I'm taking this phone up now.
Okay. So Rob, you're saying you, Lodi Burgers, and Straight LA's? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't say I'm gonna catch Michael. I said it's gonna be Straight LA, Lodi Burgers, and me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I said.
Look. Ask Dave who his daddy is in fantasy football, man. The first thing is Gang Green is Gang Green. Yeah, we got 7 weeks to fuck around here. I think I can keep it going. Get on to Division 2, man.
Yeah, let's go to Division 2. Division C, Bruin Maniacs. Oh, another team over 1,000 points this year.
Yeah, over 1,000. Carry off
bagging on his team in week 1. Yeah.
That was before DeMarco Murray picked up his entire team and carried him for the last 7 weeks straight.
Stud of the season, right?
Yeah.
He has a solid squad, and again, that Chamberlain thing. I mean, he just hung on to him long enough to make a difference. And this is who you played, right, Rob? You played you played him. So, I'd like to point out that Shane Vereen scored 35 points on Thursday night, and I never once even had hope that entire week. I mean, it was like, I mean, and Jesus Christ. I mean, look, we both got Manning, so that wasn't going good. He's got a good team, but seriously, going back, DeMarco Murray, I mean, is he your stud of the first half here? Yeah. Possible MVP, I would think, right?
Him or Demarius?
He'd definitely be up there. Him, Demarius, or Peyton. Yeah, I mean, between Peyton and I'd just like to see what they put up just together. I mean, if there's any other combinations that are close, And so, he has a solid team. His wide receivers, I don't know. I'm not sure if I don't like them. I don't like them at all. I just don't think that, Brandon Marshall has lived up to the hype or his potential, and that's because he has a bum at quarterback. Andre Johnson is a little long in the tooth. Weckler, haven't seen him this year. Wallace, Miami, we just chill. We don't really work that hard, and that's kind of the way I see it. Yeah, but he again, going back to having such a strong running back, and Peyton Manning is always a plus. I mean, shit, you can't do anything about him.
Well, Bruni looks good, man, but it's I mean, he's got a good team. He doesn't have a lot of depth. you know. But I'd like to. I got a point with Bernie. Let's move on to the next team here. Who's that?
That would be yours truly, Heroes for Hire over here.
You know, this is the biggest crock of shit team I've ever played eyes on here. I mean, I don't understand how the hell you're winning with a bunch of Tennessee Titans and Jacksonville Jaguars and Cleveland Browns. I mean, come on.
Rob, you told me last week do not apologize for winning, and I'm not apologizing for winning.
Sam, you owe the whole damn league an apology for winning with this load of bullshit you got, man.
Oh, dude, Rob, I thought I lost this weekend, Rob. I thought I lost.
You should have, man. You would have lost like everybody except for who'd you play? Oh, man, congratulations. You beat the mighty Nasty Habits.
No, it was Lodi Burgers. I played Lodi Burgers.
Yeah,
he laid an egg.
Sam, you're a god, dude. I take everything I just said bad about you back.
He laid an egg against me. But, no, look, my running backs are hurt. I only have one starting running back, so, you know, I'm definitely going to hit the waiver wire tonight. I only have one, which is Foster, who's doing well for me. And
yeah, he's done well, man.
And, you know, I'm in the same boat with you with Deshaun Jackson. I mean, what the hell, you know? I can't get this guy right, you know?
He's the kind of guy you got to play every week, though, because that's been the story of his career. You know, you're like, you don't play him, the guy goes 160 yards and gets 2 touchdowns. You do play him, he gets, like, you know, 1 target.
Yeah, I think that was Decker last year, too. Like, if you don't play him.
I'm also,
you know.
hey, Sam, I'm also hearing trade talks between Vincent Jackson going to the Raiders, so you may...
Oh, dude, what did he do wrong? Dude, did he bang the owner's girlfriend or something, man?
People go to the Raiders to retire.
That's exactly what I mean. You may want to retire him from your roster. I'm just giving you the heads up. It's possible, and they're saying they need a bigger receiver for what reason I have no idea. So there you go. And your receivers have been a bit like a mismatch. And I mean, you've actually done really well by just working the waiver wire here and there and just making sure you start the right people.
Yeah, it's like I am making moves every week, or some weeks attempt to make moves, you know, but I get blocked. So I am trying to improve, Rob. Don't get me wrong, you know.
As long as there is a continued availability of Jaguars and Raiders out there, Sam will continue to thrive, man. Man, you're doing pretty good, dude. With what you got, I mean, you know, if you got limits, make lemonade, right? The old pun there, dude. What are you gonna say? You're 5-2, right, bro?
5-2, you know. I like to say that I will be keeping Niall Davis because I heard of the concussion that Charles had over the week. So hopefully, hopefully Niall Davis will see some more playing time. You know.
Well, hell, they're playing the Rams, who just won their Super Bowl last weekend. You know, so it's I think they'll be fine. No, hey, man, 5-2 is 5-2, bro. I mean, keep it rolling.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go.
Who next?
Let's go.
Which underperformer do we have next?
Oh, yeah, underperformer. Ball so hard. Let's go there.
Tay's on my list. He didn't send me scores last night, at least by the time I went to bed at 10:30, so I have nothing good to say about his team. So,
you know what? I'm looking at his squad, and it's like it's hard to tell who he actually drafted because he is. I mean, this guy is. I mean, he's the reason the pot is going to be so fat this year. I mean, how many moves has he made? I mean, he's made tons and tons of moves, and that, I mean, he just got, he's just picking up guys left and right, and he's really trying to fix his wide receivers. Mm-hmm. You know, a couple of spaces I read about. I just think that, you know, between Jamal Charles and Lacey, he still only has really one running back. So,
Eddie Lacy?
Between Eddie Lacy and Jamal Charles, you have Jamal Charles. You can't really count on Eddie
Lacy
at all.
Eddie Lacy turn it on in the second half, dude. It's going to be nothing but blizzards in Green Bay. We're talking 5 touchdowns for the rest of the year. Which would actually be an improvement over the first half.
Mark, being an Oakland fan, who is A. Holmes? I never heard of A. Holmes before.
Andre Holmes. Andre Holmes. I was actually pumping him up last year because
never heard of him.
I did. Yeah, he's like 6'3", 6'4", 220, 230. You know, and he's pretty fast. He actually was like a practice team player. He got promoted last year, but the dude, he can catch and he can go. He had like a 70-yard touchdown the week before last.
Yeah.
I just think that unfortunately that we're gonna burn out young Carr, you know, by overusing him, and it's a sad thing. It's very sad to see because the kid has potential, you know, and it's just putting him in a bad situation, you know. But Andre Holmes is a certified stud. As far as fantasy, I don't think his numbers really translate until the Raiders start getting wins, which will be a few, maybe decades from here. But yeah, he's an okay player. You know, just your run-of-the-mill Alan Hearns type player that walks off the street.
Well, I'd like to point in.
Touchdown.
Okay, for Christ's sake, enough of Andre Holmes, for God's sake. He's an undrafted free agent, too, and apparently Mark is courting his mother. I don't know, dude. So there's the entire Andre Holmes stories. Get your jerseys at omnimunicipal.com, right? So, dude, hey, Mark, on your Raiders, though. Mark, on your Raiders, I was astonished to hear this stat the other day that their 0-6 start is the worst one since 1962, and I was like, that's unbelievable. They haven't gone 0-6 in the last 15 years that they've been.
You would think. No.
That's unbelievable.
No, that is true. That's true. Yeah, I went back and I looked at like every freaking stat in Wikipedia to see that. It's a bad situation. Definitely a bad situation.
They haven't taken that page down yet?
No. Unfortunately, like some things just can't be erased. So yeah, I did hear something that made me a little giddy. Is Rich Gannon ripping them, telling them to take down the sign or commitment to excellence because they're robbing. Basically, you're robbing people. You don't deserve a paycheck. You should feel guilty going to the bank. And I 100% agree. You know, you're parading free agents in and out, paying them all these sums of money that they don't even really earn. I remember a few years ago, we got that receiver from Green Bay, and the one that got injured, I can't remember his name, but he actually gave money back. He gave money back to the Raiders. Yes. He was from Green Bay, free agent. We got this is years and years ago. He got beat up and robbed in Vegas or something, couldn't start, and then he ended up giving the Raiders back like $3 million off the contract because he felt so bad. Like, dude, there's nothing I can do for you. Yeah.
So what you're saying is not only did he suck, but he was also a total idiot, right?
He felt bad. He felt like he was taking advantage of a bad situation. That's good karma, you know. And he's probably wishing he had that $3 million right now, but still.
he's sweeping up in the parking lot these days, is he? I heard him back. $10 at a time.
Yeah, man, it's a bad deal. But anyway, wrapping up that division, Wolfpack. Wolfpack. Oh man.
Dude, Todd goes into a.
We're going to change his name to Team Jacob.
Dude, let me tell you something about Todd. You know, I know Todd well, of course, right, as you all do, but, dude, Todd, every time he loses, goes into this, like, state of depression on Sunday. If he's winning, I get, like, 50 texts from him. If he loses, like, he won't even respond to my texts. You know?
When was the last time you talked to him? Is he okay?
Well, he was pretty sad last weekend, you know. I mean, it was, I don't know. I sent him over a text saying, hey, because he took his son out to buy a wah pedal. I gave him some, stuff on it. Said, I got some pedals to sell, too, if he ever wants any in the future, you know. And, I didn't get anything back. Usually I'll get like, okay, thanks, cool. But this week all I got was in the email, another loss. And I think he goes to bed for like 3 days, dude. I think he's just, his heart is broken, dude. So why are you guys doing this to poor Todd, man?
Yeah, give Todd a break. Give him a break.
Help the man out, man.
His team is, again, they look good. They look good. Some weeks better than others, but I don't see a whole lot wrong with it, and I don't see a whole lot of things he can do to try to fix it, except just win. Yeah.
Yeah, his team seriously, he's got a good team there, dude. He started out real strong too. He just needs these dudes to start performing, man. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. You can't pick that many busts, and these guys have had moments, but he just can't seem to get them going all at the same time. You know.
That's what it is. I mean, he sat Golden Tate against the Saints, so it's probably not a good move.
Oh, he's killing himself with that. I think his bench has outscored his starting team this year, too, by the way.
Oh.
So it's like, wow. I mean, remember last week he sat T.Y. Hilton.
Oh.
It's like 110 points like missing right there.
Wow. Damn. Well.
Dude. I think it's the LaShawn McCoy curse, man. Draft LaShawn McCoy, and you're doomed to making horrible moves all year long on your starters. Got to start LaShawn. He's my number one pick. and then leaving everybody.
You know
else.
what? I will say I've really actually been impressed with Bradshaw, though. I mean, Bradshaw's chipping in, and that was a good pickup for the Pack. Go Pack. So I think he has a good team. Will he be able to survive? Some of the other the hierarchy, I guess, in this particular division, probably not. Just because I think that everybody seems to be starting the right players at the same time, and everybody kind of has that rhythm going on. So we will see.
Yep. All right, so that's that one. Who you got next, Sam?
Let's go to Division D over here. I'm gonna start with New Denver there. No one in Division D won 5 games yet, like all the other divisions. So I'm just putting.
That's fine with me. That is fine with me. Everybody here is pretty close. Everybody is actually. I mean, it's one game out, but it seems like still worlds apart in regard to points. And I think our division, even though we probably don't show it, we actually have the most combined points this year. And I think.
Wow, that's saying something.
It is.
Well,
yeah. We have
Division D has the most combined points.
We're obviously the most competitive and the most talented, but that's okay. I think that Don has a solid team. Really wanted to beat him, didn't happen. And Revolution actually has a really talented team as well. Both of these guys could easily take and grab and hold on to first place. I'm not going to let that happen, but either one of them could potentially do it. And I mean, if Calvin ever comes back, Cousin Stevie would pose a viable threat. I don't know if Calvin will be back this year. It's almost better just to substitute for Hobbs and keep it moving. I don't think that at this particular point that Cousin Stevie has been paying attention to some of these. I mean, Zach Stacy and Asiata early. Okay, but I think.
Well, so anyway, New Denver, right? New Denver. Yeah. He's hanging in there, man. So now we'll move into what? Revolution?
Yeah, let's move on to Revolution. Put up 200 points last week. Wow.
Yeah, no, hey, he's and that's with nothing from Matt Ryan, dude. Yeah, was that like the weirdest 46 points by a quarterback you've ever seen though with Russell Wilson last week?
300 yards passing, 100 yards rushing.
It was everything, for everything.
Yeah. I went and double checked that. I was like, surely they meant to type in a 2, instead of a 4, but it was, I'm like, wow, no. And Revolution's got a good team. This whole division, dude, I swear to God, every year it's like Division D I forget about. It's like, although these guys could be in my division, I'd be like, oh, they're great players. It seems like where we send all the leftovers each year. It's like the, what's that Rudolph movie where all the, the toys go that have broken eyes and shit, It's like that whole division. I mean, Revis Reapers, I don't know who's going to win this mess over here.
True.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to be Kelly Braves, though. That he might be right there with Nasty Habits is, dude, it ain't happening this year, buddy. It's another sub-100 performance out of him last week, and I don't know. So who we got? Who's going? Who's your predictions in this division, man? I mean, the whole conference.
I'm going to hang on and win it, but if somebody else could possibly pose a threat to that, it would probably be Revolution.
Revolution, who you got, Sam?
Oh, from the conference or winning the whole thing?
Yeah. Who are your teams? Who's winning and who's your wild card?
I like Bruins look good. I will say Revolution on there, and then me, of course, for the wild card.
You for the wild card?
Me for the wild card. Revolution from that side, and Bruins from Division 3.
I'm going to go outside the box here, man. I'm going to say that our friend Todd. I don't know if he can catch up there and get that division, but I think he's going to have a good second half. Oh yeah, no, dude, I like his team pretty good, man. I really do.
You think he's going to snatch the wild card?
Do. Oh, I think he can get in there as a wild card, no question. And Bruni, I think Bruni's overachieved a little bit. I think Todd has underachieved. That's half a season. That can easily flip-flop next. He's only 105 points out of first place, which is easily, you can make that up quickly. And Sam, I don't discount your team, but and I never discount Tay. I mean, you guys are bunched up. I mean, but
yeah.
I like Todd's squad. I really do, man. I'd be depressed if I was him too, man. Other side, you take Kelly Braves out of the equation, and it's, Revis is the self-professed best fantasy player ever about 3 weeks ago, and, that report record is showing it. I mean, that's wide open too. I mean, it's just kind of I really don't. I can't definitively pick who's going there. I can over in our division, our conference, but my conference. But it's that conference is wide open to you. I expect to see the waiver wire go wild here the next few weeks. So
definitely.
Oh yeah.
Definitely I'm definitely gonna make some moves that will blow your mind, Rob. Like, what? You dropped this person for who? Watch.
Sam, you've been blowing my mind on some of your weird ass pickups for years, and I'll tell you what, you throw enough shit against the wall, eventually you get a brown wall like this, man. You know, some of these guys actually pay off. Dude.
Have to do it. You know.
And some of them just go away quickly, but you are the king of scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yep. Let's close on bold prediction, Rob. Give me a bold prediction about the league, not about players, or give me a bold prediction about this league. I think almost that. What would you say about Todd's a bold prediction there? But Do you have a bold prediction?
I do have a bold prediction in that I'm going to say that 7 weeks is not as season makes, and let's see how we turn around these next few weeks. There are some teams out there that are underachieving. There are some teams out there that are overachieving right now, and they know it. It's like Michael's not sitting there at home going, "Man, this is the best team I've ever drafted, dude." He's not thinking that. So you're going to see some mix-up here pretty quick, and you're going to see some teams jumping from last all the way up into the equation. Mm-hmm. And some of these guys like McCoy and Calvin Johnson, if they rest him long enough and get him healthy, I mean, this can start turning seasons around a little bit because these guys are players, man. I mean, they're easily capable of 50 points. So my bold prediction is not very bold at all, but what you see now is not what is going to exist at the end of the year. With all due respect to Kelly Braves and Nasty Habits, $120 checks made out to Rob Green. Party will be the first playoff game on Saturday night in January.
All right, and Mark, what do you got?
I kind of got to piggyback on Rob. I think that one of the division leaders is going to fall off miserably, maybe losing 2 to 3 games in a row starting this week.
Yeah, these divisions are too tight. I mean, when your biggest leader has a 2-game lead at best, and that's Lodi Burgers over there in straight LA. They look pretty solid, but I'm sorry, Sam. I mean, you're sitting there with just a few more points than me, and you're sitting at 5-2. I mean, eventually these things tend to even out on the course of the year.
No, and I agree with you. I think that's why I gotta make some moves.
Well, we all gotta make moves, man.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. When I was sitting at 3-3 last week, and I'm in 3rd place, dude. I mean, we got parity, man. So, and I dropped to 5th this week. So.
Yeah.
Well, what's your bold prediction, Sam?
I think Golden State Heavyweight can. I mean, I don't think this is so bold, but I think Golden State Heavyweight can take that conference over there on that side.
Over straight LA, man.
Over straight LA, dude. I think so. Mark was saying, it could come down to those two, but I feel like, dude, if Davey's actually hitting the waiver wires, is he really trying this year?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think that, you know what I mean? So he can take that conference over there.
I think that's a pretty outlandish.
Straight
LA's got a team, man. He's got a better team across the board than Golden State, man. I mean, don't be surprised to see somebody like Sabs jump up there. I mean, he might roll those dice one week on his 7 or 8 pickups he makes a week, and like 4 of those guys might hit. I mean, you never know. So I mean, these guys. I mean, this league is like. I was telling my son the other day. I go, when you get into this league. And, like, I've had other people tell me when they invite guys in, it's like, dude, these fuckers are serious about this shit. So, nobody comes in here without a plan. I mean, Cody's sitting there going, fuck you, Rob, man. I might be 2-5, but I'm going to try to get up there. I'll beat your ass. He's going to make moves, man. So, it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Champions League, man. So, I don't discount any of these guys to get something right. And there's just too many dudes out there not performing right now, sitting on teams that are just making them sleeping giants, man.
Yeah.
It just takes a couple weeks in a row of Calvin Johnson, and all of a sudden you're tied for first place, man.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you very much, guys. That was our mid-season recap here, and send in your waiver picks up tonight and starters for tomorrow by 4 p.m. Thank you very much, Rob. Thank you very much, Mark. It was great to be back after missing a week.
Gentlemen, it was a pleasure as always.
All right, guys.
Fellas, take it easy.
Talk to you guys next week. Bye.
We'll see you soon, guys. Soon, guys.